Hey again, math class. Okay, so I'm going to give you some more examples of adding decimals, okay? And again, remember the key, like he talks about in the previous video, is to line up your decimal points. So if I have 2.6 and I want to add 6.75 to it, all I do is I line them up so that I have my decimal points right over the top of each other, and then I add. And if it's helpful to you to add a 0 right here, then you totally can, but just know that it's 5 plus like nothing, right? 7 plus 3, or 7 plus 6 is 13. The 3 from the 13 was sneaking into my mouth already. And this will be 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the decimal point, once you've got them lined up, he just comes straight back down. So it's as easy as that. And I want to show you a trick because sometimes I find it difficult to line up everything. And so a trick, a lot like multiplying and dividing, to keep you organized. A trick to keep you organized when adding and subtracting, we'll see that later, subtracting decimals, is to use graph paper, okay? And the key is to put your decimal point right on kind of the intersection of 4 different squares, okay? So let me give you another problem here. If I had, I'll write it over here and we can refer back to it. So I want to add 1 to 4.75. Oh, what am I doing? And I want to add that to 0.093. So 1 plus 4 and 75 hundredths plus 93 thousandths, right? This is my problem. And so I have to line up these decimal points. And this guy doesn't even have a decimal point. Whenever I have a whole number, my decimal point lives right behind it. And we just don't write it because that looks kind of ridiculous. You know, this is how we write them, but you just have to know that it really lives right there. Okay, so I'm going to write these on my graph paper and line everything up. Okay, so I have my 1, and remember the decimal point lives right behind him, and I'm adding that to 4.75. Okay, and then I'm adding that to 0.093. 0.093. Do you see how kind of nice that makes it? All my decimal points are like right along that one little line. Okay, and then I know that my decimal point is going to come straight down here. And then I just add up all my columns. Okay, so 3, and if I want to, I could add zeros in and fill in all these squares. It's really up to you. But 3 plus 0 and 0 is 3. 9 plus 5, 14. Carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So then I know that my answer is 5.843, or 5 and 843 thousandths. Let's look at just one more example, okay? Here is my problem. 0.005 plus 0.03 plus 8. Yikes, right? And you might be looking at this and sort of able to do it in your head. If that's the case, then you are awesome. But let's write it in here like if we, didn't know how things kind of were going to go. Okay, so my first number is 0.005. There's my decimal point, 005. My next number, 0.03. And my next number is 8. And remember, with whole numbers, we just know that their decimal point lives right behind them. Okay, I'm going to draw my line here, and now I'm going to add. And again, I can fill in zeros if that's helpful. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 0 plus 0. I have a 0 right there. My decimal point lives right there. And then I have an 8. So I find that my answer is 8 and 35 thousandths.